subtraction.
Hello, good day everyone. Let us learn mathematics together, Kamatiniks. Because on this video, I will going to teach you about one of the fundamental operation in mathematics. But before that, what are those fundamental operation in mathematics again? If your answer is the addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, then your answer is correct. From now on, Kamatiniks, let us focus on the subtraction. Before anything else, take note, Kamatiniks. You must need to know first about the place values, which is the place values are the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, million, so on and so forth. Because if you know the place values of the number, you should be able to identify or subtract the numbers correctly, okay? And now, let us define first what is subtraction. So, Kamatiniks, when we say subtraction, meaning to say from the word itself, subtract. Meaning, we are taking away or take away from the group of a number or things. And always remember, when we say subtraction, the number of things from the group reduces or become less. The important things to remember in subtraction are its parts. So, did you know the parts of subtraction? So, the part of subtraction is the minuend, subtrahend, and also the difference. One of the part of the subtraction is the what we called the minuend. So when we say minuend, it is the number by which another number is to be subtracted. And when we say subtrahend, it is the number that will be subtracted from another. The one part of the subtraction is what we called the difference. And when we say difference, Kamatiniks, it is the answer or the result of subtracting the subtrahend from the minuend. Did you understand the part of the subtraction? I have something to share you about the tips on how to subtract the numbers. So here the first tips. More on top, no need to stop.
Kamatiniks, in subtracting the numbers, always remember this tip number 1. More on top, no need to stop. Meaning to say, I will give an example. So our minuend is 6. And our subtrahend is 3. So, we always look up on our minuend. The greater the minuend is, we don't need to stop to compute it, okay? So, 6 minus 3, or we can just say that 3 take away from 6, the answer will be 3. So, that's our tip number 1. More on top, no need to stop.
The next one, Kamatiniks, is more on the floor, go next door.
Tip number 2, Kamatiniks, is more on the floor, go next door. Meaning to say, Kamatiniks, if our number in our subtrahend is greater than our minuend, we need to look for the next number. For example, 14 minus 6. So, as you can see, Kamatiniks, 6 is greater than the first number of our minuend, which is 4. So, this is more on the floor. So, all we need to do is go to the next door. In our minuend, we go from the next number, which is 1. So, we need to borrow here. So, 1 will be 0. And the 4 will be 14. So, now, 14 minus 6 or 6 take away from 14, the answer will be 2. So, 14 minus 6 is equal to 2.
Next one tips, Kamatiniks, is numbers the same, zeros the game.
Kamatiniks, our tip number 3 is numbers the same, zero the game. Here are the good example. As you can see, the numbers are the same, right? 2 is our minuend and 2 is our subtrahend, meaning to say in our tip number 3, if the numbers are the same, the answer always number what? Our answer will be always 0. So, for example, here again, 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. Another one, 8 minus 8, the answer will be 0. So, that's the number the same, zeros the game.
That's all the tips that we need to remember, Kamatiniks, when we are subtracting the numbers for us to be easily solve the problems. So, now let's start to solve using subtraction.
Here is our given number, Kamatinik. 235 minus 121. 235 is our minuend. And the number 121 is our subtrahend. So we need to look up for what is the difference of this number. All we need to do is to look up first for the place value of these numbers. So our ones place here is the number 5. Our tens place is the number 3. And the hundreds place is the number 2. And now, in subtracting the numbers, we need to look up and subtract first the ones place. So, our ones place here is the 5. So, 5 minus 1 or 1, take away from 5, the answer will be 4. And next, we need to subtract the tens place. So, where are the tens place? So, the tens place here is the number 3. So, 3 minus 2 or 2 take away from 3, the answer will be 1. And next, let's move on for the hundreds place. So, we subtract the hundreds place. So, 2 minus 1 or 1 take away from 2, the answer will be 1. So, 114 is our difference now. So, 235 minus 121 is equal to 114. Another example in subtracting the numbers. So, here we have 596 minus 152. So, the first thing to do is to look up the place values of the numbers. So, here is the ones place, tens place, and the hundreds place. So, the next step in subtracting these numbers are we need to subtract first the ones place. So, 6 minus 2, the answer will be 4. The next step in subtracting the numbers is subtract the tens place. So, the tens place here is 9, and in our subtrahend we have 5. So, 9 minus 5, the answer will be 4. And now, let's move on for the hundreds place. So, the hundreds place here is in minuend we have 5. In our subtrahend we have 1. So, 5 minus 1, the answer will be 4. So, 596 minus 152 is equal to 444. How about these given numbers, Kamatinix? 982 minus 137. So all we need to do is to look up for the place values. So this is the ones, tens, and hundreds. So we need to subtract first the ones place. So 2 minus 7 cannot be, right? So we need to apply our tips a while ago. So our tip number 2, which is more on the floor, go next door. So all we need to do is to borrow for the next number, which is the 8. This is our tens place, right? So the 8 will be 7. And the 2 will be 12. So now, we need to subtract it na. So 12 minus 7, the answer will be 5. And next, 7 minus 3, the answer will be 4. And next, 9 minus 1, the answer will be 8. So now, Kamatinix, our answer is 845.